How's it going, everyone? We have a very interesting knife to talk about today. And this was loaned in from Alex over at Alex's Knife Box. Awesome dude. Thank you very much for sending in this box of great stuff. So, as you know, I have a range of knives in my collection, a range of watches in my collection. I'm not really specific on any one thing, right? It's not just all affordable productions. It's not just high-end production. It's not just customs. It's the gamut. And it's also not just currently available stuff. I'm going to show everything. Kind of my goal is to review all the knives, right? Lofty goal. Not going to happen. Can't do it. But I am not discriminatory about any kind of knife. I'm not going to limit just because you may not be able to find this brand new right now, which you're not going to be able to find brand new, doesn't mean it's not out there. It doesn't mean that this might not be somebody that they see this and go, oh my God, that's awesome. I got to have it. And then they can start their search for this knife. So I am going to show everything and anything and everything. So there you go. Let's dive into this. This is the Blackhawk Blades MOD Phoenix. And the MOD is the Master of Defense line of knives designed by Elishewitz, who is a martial artist and military guy and whatnot. So what we have here is a manual out the front, fixed blade folder. It's a unique knife, okay? Alex has it on this tech lock, which works really good. So where I put this was just left of center on my belt. So with my right hand, I could reach kind of cross draw and pull this out to deploy. Okay. You can also take off the tech lock and hang it from a ball chain as a neck knife. Okay. So this is a fixed blade in this configuration. When you first draw the knife out, 2 inches of the blade is exposed. You may not need to deploy it any more than that. You can do your cutting stuff and you can stow the knife. Okay? It's kind of a Kydex type sheath. Good retention. It's not going to fall out and it's not super hard to deploy. Now, it is a gravity manual knife. So you're going to push the button and then pull the blade out, and now you have almost 3.46 inches of blade length. With a pretty good, it's a decent size handle. You can get some good cutting, and it feels good. This is not a hard use knife. The blade is super solid and locked in. Then to put the knife away is you can just put it in and push the button at the same time, and it will lock itself in. When you retract it back out, the blade is then locked back in. You can also then just push the button, physically, manually retract the blade and then stow it. This is designed to be more of a gravity fed knife, meaning you kind of flick it out, and doing that under the camera like this is a little tough, but there you go. So really, the way I had it, it was at like 11:30 on the front of my belt, just to the left side, cross draw, put it as you're pulling it out, you're pushing on the button, you're flicking it out to the side, and then it's deployed. Okay? It works great. And it would work great as a neck knife also. Reach up under, grab it, push the button, and as you swing it down from your neck, boom, the blade is deployed. So that's the operation. Let's do a kind of a close-up, and then we'll get into the quick specs. This is something that Alex uses, so it's a little, not beat up, but it is used. Slight recurve here at the bottom, which I'm a big fan of. Aluminum scales with like 80s skateboard type tape is the type of texture that's in there, like that sandpaper type texture, for lack of better words. You can put a lanyard on it if you so choose. I mean, all around, just a cool, unique knife that, quite honestly, I didn't know anything about. And I'm not ashamed to say that. There's a ton of knives out there that I don't know anything about. So this one was really cool to get to check out. As far as specs go, it's 5.5 inches closed, 7 inches at its longest, 2 inches of blade when it's closed, 3.4 inches of blade when it's open. It's 154 cm, weighs in at 3 ounces, the knife by itself, and with the tech lock, it weighs in at 4.5 ounces. So super light, fits right underneath your t-shirt, no problem. Blade thickness is 0.124, and the overall thickness here is 0.467. If you were to wear it on the belt, it totally hides. I mean, you just put your shirt over it and you're good to go. It doesn't print. It doesn't, this is not for everybody. I'm not going to rush out and try to find one, but I think it's cool. It's cool to know that there's something out there like this. That's my whole point. Here are a couple of quick size comparisons next to the Sharpie and the Delica, because that's what we do here. So it's basically exactly the same size as the Delica, maybe a hair off. And the blade you're getting. Let's do this. Let's go from the blade. You're getting much more blade, a little less handle. So as far as feel in the hand, I mean, this handle is very thin, very slim, but it feels good and you're locked in. This is a little thicker, but feels equally as good. I mean, I would almost argue that this feels better in the hand than the Delica. Okay? Different uses, different things, but this isn't a joke of a knife. I mean, I guess that's my point. And the quiet carry waypoint. So it's a little shorter than the waypoint. But I don't know. This is a pretty cool knife, and it was kind of cool for Alex to send it up because, again, that's the point of my channel, is one, for me to learn and experience knives that I don't know anything about, and two, to be able to show them to all of you guys for things that you might not know anything about. So there you go, guys. The Blackhawk Blades MOD Phoenix. Thanks for watching. I do greatly appreciate it. Let me know in the comments what you think. I know this is unique and it is different, so I would love to hear your opinions. Have a fantastic day, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.